In other words,
Agree.
like, you know what I mean? That's the best way to describe it.
Like you didn't go visit Malibu searching for badass fighters. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
No fighters are
Although
coming out
I've been to
Malibu.
the Soho House in Malibu, and all the guys think they're badass.
It gets feisty.
By the way, Frank, if you hang with Frank in LA, the first thing he does, we're at the Soho House in Malibu, we're in Hollywood, and he just, I swear to God, this is what he does. He just sits there, he's like, and you just see him like this, and he'll go, yeah, fucking, everybody's a pussy, you know that? I can't stand this place.
Well, here's the deal. So I get to travel to all these places, and it's a gift. It's a blessing. And I get to meet all these amazingly tough, beautiful warriors, right? I mean, badasses. And they're poor, and they're badasses. And they're studs, right? And they're sweet and humble, and they are loving, and they don't want to intimidate anybody.
There's no ego. Yeah.
No ego. And then I go to the Soho House, which I love. I love the Soho House in Malibu. It's my kind of home away from home.
Yeah, I like it myself.
And I see dudes walking with,
with a false bravado.
Yeah.
Peacocking it out.
Maybe with a sweater around their
They
neck.
just don't. Ignorance is bliss. They just don't know. They just have no idea.
I say this all the time, and I'm not a tough guy, but let me tell you something.
For Hollywood, you might be the toughest.
Somebody cuts you off.
I've had that
somebody
conversation.
somebody cuts off Brendan Schaub, right?
Yeah.
And the guy says, "You know what? I'm a badass in Malibu." He says, "Get out, pal." Guy's never been punched in the face, never been taken down. He doesn't know what it feels like to have a figure 4 around his man waist.
I've been with Brendan when guys have tried to do that to him.
And then it's like, oh, you just don't have a clue.
No.
I think it's tough too for actors, especially because if you play a tough guy, or you fall into that because you got to train for the part, and then you're like, fuck.
Well, also keep in mind, I've
heard of. I won't say his name. I heard of a famous fighter tell a fight story, like I would tell a fight story, or that T.J. Dillashaw would tell a fight story, or Daniel Cormier would tell a fight story.
Right.
But he shot it in a movie, and it was all scripted.
Oh,
right.
Because
it's like me saying I really beat Matt Hughes on Kingdom when we had the fight.
Didn't you tell me he was so ridiculously strong? You were like,
it was this.
Because I tussled, I grabbed him. We started playing around outside the trailer, and I grabbed him, and he grabbed my head and pulled it down. Obviously, this is saying nothing, but I was like, oh my God.
And he giggles.
He's a gorilla.
He giggles.
I don't know why you guys would be surprised by that.
I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
When him and I were
But can you imagine all of us are talking like bullshitting, and then you're like, yes, one time, me and Matt Hughes. When he hit me in the nose, I thought,
look,
you can't quit.
When
you got to fight
fighting. When Matt and I were fighting, I came under, and I figured it was fake.
This guy was doing
by the way,
that.
one of the things we also talk about is that when you have a trainer, so for me, my trainer, the great Wayne McCulloch, Wayne trains me, and Wayne loves me, and I love Wayne. But what'll happen is after 4 years, Wayne will say things like, when somebody else is around, because he wants to make me look good, Wayne goes, he can fight, Bryan can fight, I want him to fight, I want you to take a fight, and he'll say that. And then I start to kind of go, he's in the business of also making sure I stick around, and he wants me to feel good.
You're paying him.
I'm paying him.
My acting coach tells me I'm the next Rock.
Remember when I need Matt Hughes in the face?
Yeah.
That happened.
But the other day, I said to Wayne, I go, let's sometimes he'll put on gloves, a mouthpiece, and we'll just start moving around a little bit. And obviously, I do the things I've learned, and I have my things, and then he starts to punch me in the face a little bit. And I go, it's just such a reminder of this guy who's way smaller than me and what he can fucking do in his sleep. And
here's the other thing. You're trying to do what you learned. So what you should do, what you need to do then is do other things. Yeah. So you need to learn how to move around outside of what you learned. But you could fight. Anybody could fight.
But on the same as far as your guys' business, when I've had little roles and have to work with an acting coach, and she's worked with everybody, The Rock and Vin Diesel, and we get done, I'd shoot this audition for her, and she goes, you can do this. And I go, no, I think I can do it.
I've said that to
her. And I go, yeah, thank you.
I said it to you.
I said, yeah, thank you. And she goes, no, you're going to be the next Rock. I went, yeah, let's take it easy. Let's take it down. But then when I'm walking out, I'm like, maybe this bitch is right.
Of course.
But then I go to acting class, and there's a dramatic scene. Or I'm on set, and Shia LaBeouf has to do a real dramatic scene. I go, Oh,
exactly. That's a great
check,
analogy.
please.
Great analogy.
Because I can't do that.
It's a great
I can't do that.
Well, remember when
Shia LaBeouf has been doing since he was
a kid. He's
7,
an outlier,
and he has anything you want him to do. He has a switchblade, fucking Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I'm this honking dull machete going honk. Like I have that one move.
Sure.
And other than that,
But you know what?
Thank God the world's
So
that way.
does a lot of actors, and they're some of the most highest paid people in the business.
true.
So,
I'm just saying that it
and
goes
Shia
both
LaBeouf
ways.
is not easy to get him a job.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
I'm just saying it goes both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a great analogy.
Sometimes you get
great
whatever
Right.
you're doing.
Right.
Even comics. even with comics, it's like,
Right.
Everything takes
every line
a
of
long
work.
time. Yeah, everything takes a long. And the devil's in the details. The devil, especially what I love about boxing, I came to it late, but what I respect about it, what I love about it so much, the reason I do it still, is the difference in those little details, the discipline of being, unless you're some genetic freak, but for the most part, like the difference between where your glove is, where it's here versus here.
And those are, by the way, that's just basics.
It's basic.
That's 101.
basics. That's
like
just,
Canelo learned that when he was 4.
That's
you
right.
keep your hands up.
That's
That's
right.
all. It's,
And when you see
You
Canelo,
don't
like
keep your hands
watching
here?
Canelo fight his last fight with Triple G, first of all, I think he established himself as one of the greats. But he's such a fundamentally sound, perfect boxer.
Flawless.
He's flawless.
I mean, you gotta remember, since he was 4, they'd make him walk around with a soccer ball between his elbows.
They did?
They're
And
out.
just walk
did?
for
Yes.
hours. Yeah. So that's why
His hands are always here.
this is like us sitting.
Right.
Like for
and
him,
when he puts his hands down,
wow.
unlike you or I,
Yeah.
he's putting them down for a reason.
there's a reason.
There's a
To
reason.
get him to
Right.
punch.
So that's been his training. I didn't know you trained that, but it makes sense.
There's a reason why he's the highest paid athlete in the world in boxing. He's the highest paid athlete in the world. Do you know that?
Wow.
He's-
No, I
he's
didn't. I
beautiful
didn't
to
know
watch.
that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's like I think 1 of 6 and 1 of 7 children. His,
That's
came
what I
from-
loved about him. His distance. He made Triple G miss so many punches.
Well, I think it's funny, and I'm around all these boxers because I work for Showtime, right? I was with Deontay Wilder, I was with Fury. I'm in their training camps. I'm watching them spar. I think it's so funny. People go, "Dude, he's just a brawler, man." Like he has one punch, and I'm like, "Oh, he does."
Right.
He's been fighting since he was 7. So when you say he's just a brawler, no.
Right.
He chooses to do that whenever he wants.
to, that's right.
Name a style.
Who is
all,
saying
all
that?
these guys can
Who
do
is
it.
saying that?
People,
Not fighters.
These guys can do it all, man.
Right.
They can do it all.
You think Floyd only fights like this? Floyd knows how to fight like just a regular.
He showed against Connor. He went, "Oh, you think I'm just gonna have my? No, I'm gonna come up high now."
Yeah,
and Connor
man.
goes, "What the fuck? Where's the style?" He goes, "Oh, you think Bubba, I've been boxing since I was 2. I
remember
can
he
do
said-
any style." I want. Or people go, Tyson Fury, his head movement and there's no power. Well, no. If he chooses,
Right.
he's 6'8", 260 pounds.
You know what he can generate?
And he moves like
That's
a fucking
car crash.
jaguar.
That when you get hit by his hand, it's a car accident. You're in a
Or
car
watch
accident.
Deontay Wilder. You think it's a mistake
I just
that
watched.
he's 40-0, 39 knockouts?
I just watched.
Then you watch him hit mitts, and you're like, what the fuck? Did you watch him?
I watched him.
I was with him all day.
You were?
Yeah, we did.
He was in the gym. He was in. He's training. He was over in Churchill.
Yeah, that's where I shot.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you were there.
I went there, and he did his open workout. Then we did an interview. I think it drops tomorrow on Showtime. We did it on top of a double-decker bus. It's fun, man.
Oh,
It's a good
wow,
interview,
that's
yeah.
great. I got a great gig, man.
Yeah,
He's cool.
he's you get great interviews out of these. These guys love you too. I feel like, or
Again,
at least I
'cause
feel
he's
like
a
they
fight-
trust
yeah.
you because you're a
Yeah.
fighter.
Why we get the guard? Like I'm not here to talk about the what how you feel in your game plan.
That's
I'm
the
not,
fight.
How do you
That's the fight.
But it's funny because you look at him like his legs are so wide, his hands are down. No, it's all calculated.
That's how he fights.
He's been doing it.
When he throws a hook and it snaps, I'm like, oh, I mean, it started in Arizona, it came around Texas, and it hit the guy in Florida.
Dude, he's. I'm looking at him. His bones are
skinny.
this
I
big.
know.
No.
His ankles are like this.
Seriously?
He's very super thin.
Yeah.
because Teddy Atlas said he's the hardest hitting boxer in the game
Right
He
now.
said-
Oh, for sure.
He said he
100%.
hits harder, but you think he hits harder than Anthony Joshua?
Yes.
Because we don't. It's hard to.
Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua doesn't starch guys. Like if Deontay Wilder's right hand lands, it's over. It's like over.
When you see my back ripple and I pull myself up like a chimp 30 times bang, while talking to you, why wouldn't I give that to you as
It's a
inspiration?
gift. It's a gift. Really.
It's a gift.